Hey, what's up y'all? It's your girl Sha, back again with another mini twist video. Mini twists just have taken over my life, but this time I'm going to be trying the QVR Hair Kinky V bulk hair, and yeah, I went a little bit longer this time and I did them a tad bigger. They're not like super mini or micro, but they're still small enough to be called mini twists. So I'm really excited to be partnering up with QVR Hair again, just to really show you guys how you can still wear protective styles and take care of your hair, because some of the protective styles out here today really broke my hair. So I had to think about what styles I could do that will help me work out and not really be stressed out about my hair, and it's mini twists. It's mini twists. So if you want to see how I installed the QVR Kinky V bulk hair, keep watching. Okay, first things first, I always start out on blow dried hair. If you want to see how I prep my hair, feel free to click on the video up here. I always do the same exact routine right before I put in mini twists. It's a wash, detangle, deep condition, and then I use a heat protectant before blowing it out. So the difference between this hair and the Afro Kinky bulk hair that I used in my last video, I will say it's a couple of things. One, the texture feels a little bit different. It's more of like a spring twist as opposed to like the Afro type of texture. This is how it came in the pack. So much easier to separate, guys. So much easier to separate. Don't get me wrong, I still love the Afro Kinky texture. However, if you're looking for something to help you move through a little bit faster, I did this in 10 hours, whereas the Afro Kinky hair, I did it in like 16 hours. And I do think that's mainly because it was smaller and it took a while to like separate the hair. This one, separating the hair was so easy. So easy, but we will get to that. Before I move on to separating the hair, I washed the hair just because I got a lot of comments from the last video saying, oh, you should still wash it. And then I thought back, I was like, yeah, when I used to use human bundled hair, I would always wash it before I installed it. So I don't know why I didn't think about that. I think I was nervous because the hair was loose with the Afro Kinky, but since this one was in like a pack, all I did was put it in the shower, and then I just put some clarifying shampoo and I let it soak in that for about 20 minutes. So I used all 5 packs of the hair. I do think it's because I added extra length. So I'll get to this part. Some of the braids have like 3 or 4 strands to like add additional length. Even though it's 22 inches, when you fold it in half, it's half of that. So I wanted it to be longer this time just because, you know, I was just feeling, I want that little vibe this time instead of the usual bobs that I usually get, but not, you'll never see me with super long braids anymore. Super long minis with super long braids, it's just not for me, not for me. So I did have to use a couple of strands, which made me use all 5 packs, whereas the Afro Kinky bulk hair, I used 4.5, so it's not that big of a difference. Okay, then I went to parting. I did my same parting routine where I do 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back. I don't 3-part my entire hair. I just always like to gauge the density. It's not fun for me to like pre-part the whole head and then I realize like, wait, this is too much hair on my head, or it's looking real sparse. So like I want to make sure that as I go, I'm able to like really see the bricklayering and I'm really able to see like the density of this hair, since this was my first time using it. I will say it is a bit thinner than the Afro Kinky bulk hair, but not significantly thinner. I think it looks a little bit thinner because I did them bigger as well. One pro tip that I always recommend when you're parting your hair, there are going to be moments where you do have to move the comb alone, but I will say, like, if you keep the comb in one place and then you just like move your head instead of moving the comb, that will allow at least the initial part to be a little bit straighter than if you were to just like move the comb only. So like, I'll try to show it in one of these clips. I think I did it, sometimes it just comes so naturally to me, but like you keep the comb in one spot and you just move your head in the direction of the part, and then you just would like separate your hair. I'm gonna do these again, so let me know if you guys want just like a full in-depth parting video. I part as I go though, so I gotta figure out how I would even do that, but I can show you like the initial part, at least with the 4 sections, the 4 big sections that I did. Okay, so for the bottom row, I did 4 braids. I did 4 twists in the back. Because I just wanted them a little bit bigger this time. This time I didn't have the time to do micro twists and I just wanted a different look. And then in the front I have 7 rows on each side, so 14 across the front. So to twist, I use my Aunt Jackie's braid and twist gel. That gel is just so moisturizing. Like sometimes when I use other gels, I feel like I can see my hair just being dehydrated and like starting to get some cakey buildup. But with this gel, this is my staple protective style gel moving forward. I absolutely love it. Let's go over parting the actual hair. So this is the Kinky V bulk hair from QVR Hair. They sent me 5 packs. So before I went in, I separated each strand just because I didn't want it to be super thick. It all depends on how thick you want your twists to be, but I separated each strand. So I started off with my regular knotless flat, so you just do 1, 2, and then you add the hair in between your pointer finger and your thumb. folded the hair in half and then I slid that piece right in and I started braiding the root just a little bit, and then I was able to twist. As I was twisting though, I wanted it to be longer, so in the back I added 2 pieces of hair throughout the entire braid. So like this top piece is 1 braid, and then I added another piece of hair to end it off, and then in the front slash like this part, the top middle, I added 3 pieces of hair just to give it a little bit more length. But it was just such a seamless process this time. I didn't feel like I lost too much hair. I didn't feel like I was overwhelmed by just like the amount of hair that I got. If you're looking for an easier process, I would definitely go with the Kinky V bulk hair. I still love the look of the Afro Kinky bulk hair, so I will definitely be using that again. But when it comes to just ease, go for this one if you had complaints about the last one. Okay, so then once I was done, I did the same thing where I used grease to just coat the ends of the hair, just because it's still Afro Kinky hair. It's just in a spring twist texture. So I used grease at the bottom, and then I dipped it in boiling hot water. Some of you asked me if I was like worried about my hair on top. My hair stopped like right here, y'all. Like, so I didn't dip my head that deep in. So what I did was I just made sure that I dipped like probably up to here, just to get the curls to kind of relax a little bit. And then this was the end result. After that, I used mousse to just define the curls a little bit. I will say, like, these curls don't need to be as defined as the Afro Kinky bulk hair. It's really just like a natural spring twist texture, so I don't really do much to it each day. It's a lot easier just to like get up and go. So absolutely love it. I just love that I can try different textures, and I was a little bit nervous about just like spring twist texture, because sometimes I'm just like, it looks a little too fake, and I'm all about like looking as natural as possible. I'm all about like most of my styles looking as natural as possible. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm probably gonna keep these in for maybe 4 weeks. Let's see, last time I kept those in for 7 weeks because they were smaller. So since these are a little bit bigger, I have a feeling that they're gonna get messier. Once I wash them, it's definitely gonna get messier, but I always make sure to wash my scalp. I will commit to doing a wash day video on YouTube, but if you want to see a wash day video, you can check my other socials, which is down in the description box below. I did wash them maybe like twice last time, so yeah.